Terry Bollea, also known as Hulk Hogan, was 6'6" when he joined the WWF in 1982. He became the face of the franchise and headlined almost every night. But doing that for so many years has put a strain on his body, and so much so, most of it is metal. He's undergone several back surgeries. Reports claim that one of them left him paralyzed and walking with a cane. Keep watching to learn the truth about if Hulk Hogan cannot feel his legs. How he became popular. Pro wrestling was once separated into small organizations with no main base. By the end of the 1980s, Vince McMahon acquired many of them and blended them into the WWF, or World Wrestling Federation. It later became the WWE, or World Wrestling Entertainment. Hulk Hogan was his secret weapon. He created Hulkamania. The world was actually interested in professional wrestling, but they mainly tuned in to see him. With a memorable signature move. The move was known as the leg drop, and it looked like it sounded. He'd run to every side of the ring before pulling it off. Hulk was a born performer. He would typically wait until he heard applause and tear his t-shirt first. It was one of the simpler moves in the WWE, but one of the most beloved. He delivered it over 300 times a year. Hulk would not have performed the leg drop if he'd known what it would eventually do to his back. The tragic back injury. WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle's latest show appearance involved discussing the WWE Raw 30th anniversary show. He mentioned he had a chance to speak to Hulk Hogan, who told him about his back issues and discussed how he has to walk with a cane. Kurt assumed this was because he was in pain, but he said the truth was he can't feel his legs at all. Hulk had back surgery where the nerves were cut from his lower back. He no longer has pain, but he can't feel his legs. Kurt says he really feels for Hulk, who, quote, put his heart and soul into the business, and it ate him up. Is he truly paralyzed? Kurt obviously meant no harm by his statements. He probably just jumped the gun and worried when he saw his friend using a cane. He also made some of Hulk's other friends and fans worry and put out statements of solidarity on social media. The truth has only come out recently, and those statements are now replaced by words of relief. The validity of Kurt's statement has been put into question by those close to Hulk. One of his reps said that he's on the mend and not paralyzed. He also said he doesn't need a cane to get around. His daughter Brooke said he's undergone 25 surgeries in the last 10 years. He's had everything from his shoulders to his knees worked on. He even had a MRSA scare that recently took them back to the hospital. Despite this, she said that right now he's feeling great and he works out in the gym every day for 2 hours. Hulk hasn't spoken publicly about his latest health injury, but he's put out tweets that make him seem positive and healthy. He's also spoken about back and hip issues that years in the ring have already given him. The lawsuit. Even if his recent back surgeries haven't left Hulk paralyzed, he's still not happy with the results. They didn't relieve his pain, and he believes many of them were unnecessary. That's why he's decided to take the matter to court. 3 surgeons in the area where Hulk lives recommended open lumbar spinal fusion surgery for his back pain. They included a spine surgeon in Safety Harbor and a physician and professor of neurosurgery at the University of South Florida. Hulk changed his mind and took a friend's recommendation. He walked into Tampa's Laser Spine Institute without an appointment. That was where his latest and most devastating injury occurred. He says that the doctors, including James Lewis, Kevin L. Scott, and Zoltan Berksky, recommended minimally invasive treatments with quicker recovery times. But while they were minimally invasive, they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hulk filed a lawsuit with the Pinellas Pasco Circuit Court. He and his lawyer, Will Florin, claim that the surgeries cost him a lucrative match with John Cena. They also cost him over $50 million in past and potential income. The lawsuit claims that the Laser Spine Institute should have known that the procedure wouldn't work on him due to his medical history. They also don't offer the open lumbar spinal fusion surgery that the other doctors recommended and perhaps should have sent him somewhere that does. An article on Bloomberg.com in 2011 questions the Laser Spine Institute's tactics. Dr. Donald Korenman, a Colorado spine surgeon, says it uses, quote, questionable marketing tactics. He claims he's seen at least a dozen patients whose procedures from the institute provided no relief. The institute has offered no specific comments. They claim they care about the outcome of their patients' treatments, but that they should also get the facts about procedures before agreeing to them. His past health issues. Professional wrestlers put their lives on the line whenever they go into the ring. They've been known to have a high premature mortality rate. They also suffer from acute injuries like muscle tears, fractures, and chronic back issues. Hulk Hogan has certainly proven this true. His list of surgeries and past health issues is extensive. He underwent knee surgery in 1998. It had to be cleaned up and worked on again in 1999, 2001, and 2003. He had a hip replacement in 2004 and a full knee replacement in 2005. In 2006, he partially tore the meniscus in his right knee before a match with Randy Orton. He got an MRI at a Miami hospital and found it had occurred 2 weeks prior. He didn't have surgery, but he did get a cortisone shot to numb it. He had his first laser spine procedure in February of 2009 and then an elbow and shoulder surgery in July of 2009. He got spine surgery on August 10, 2009 after collapsing on his daughter's show, Brooke Knows Best. On May 26, 2010, he had an operation to remove bone spurs on his spine. He had a lumbar radiofrequency ablation on September 5, 2010. It cut off his nerves, and he was unable to get out of bed by the next day. He had to stay in the hospital for a few weeks. He had an electric stimulator put in his back on September 28, 2010 as a Hail Mary procedure. A permanent stimulator was put in on October 6th of that year. He came back to the hospital the next day. On December 21, 2010, he had a 10-hour procedure to strengthen his spine. Hulk had another knee and hip surgery in 2012 and a knee surgery in 2013, both in February and in March. He appeared on the March 7th episode of Impact Wrestling walking on crutches. He had another back injury in July of 2013. He's had 2 more back surgeries in the last few years as well. He had 6 discs in his back fused in November of 2019. In the last few months, he had the fateful surgery that cut off nerves in his back and allegedly left him completely unable to feel his legs. Bankruptcy and family issues. Medical issues aren't the only problems plaguing Hulk Hogan. He's also had problems with money, and his family has appeared in court more than once. He was once a major moneymaker. He was the star of the WWF, appeared in Rocky III, and earned approximately $10 million. His suit against the Laser Spine Institute isn't his only one. He also earned damages from the media company Gawker. They soon filed for bankruptcy, so he didn't get all of the $100 million he won, but he did get at least $30 million. That suit seemed to leave him a winner, but it was the first sign of him mishandling money. It cost him his WWE contract in 2015 and cut his net worth down to $8 million by 2016. Another financial drain came with his divorce from Linda Hogan. She left him for a 19-year-old pool boy and gave him the keys to his cars, motorcycles, and boats. Hulk admits that revenge entered his mind while watching them, but instead they took the issue to court. He had to give her 40% of his equity and 70% of his liquid assets. She also got a property settlement of $3 million and $7.44 million. Hulk had a difficult time recovering from the settlement. He had only $2.97 million left. And while that seems like a lot to the average person, it wasn't enough to maintain his lavish lifestyle. He had to sell many of his properties and expensive possessions. Hulk's net worth is now risen to approximately $25 million. He's recovered from his past financial mistakes with a bit of work. There's no confirmation if he'll step back in the ring, but there are plenty of rumors. One even suggests Chris Hemsworth could be playing him in a film soon. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Hulk Hogan? What's your favorite memory of him? Let us know in the comments section below.